This is how Garish Goblin beat Halo CE's most open level, Halo, in 9 minutes and 46 seconds on Legendary. The level opens up with Garish leaving the crash pod and walking up to this cliff, using a grenade jump to go from the bottom of the river to the top of the cliff that only has collision in Halo CE Anniversary. This grenade jump saves a few seconds from the more well-known and easier version of this trick where you would normally throw a grenade on the bottom of this wall to grenade jump up to the top of the cliff. Either way, this not only saves time from walking on the bridge, but it also keeps enemies here from spawning, since you never hit the spawning trigger on the bridge. The first Marine holdout section contains one of the more well-known tricks known as drop skip. This is a hard-to-learn yet very consistent trick that starts out with Garish Goblin killing most of the Marines at the bottom of the structure, to not only skip future dialogue, but also because said skip dialogue makes it possible to skip the fourth dropship. To explain in simple terms, if the enemies in the third dropship are killed fast enough, the game just skips the fourth and arguably hardest dropship. However, if there are enough Marines alive for the Marine dialogue to play, the game will spawn the fourth dropship anyways. So this is why Garish Goblin kills the Marines as soon as he's given the chance. The next few minutes is Garish Goblin expertly throwing grenades in precise and timed positions while also killing enemies before they even get out of the dropships. And unfortunately, I can't show this all within the time I have, so I feel like this is a good time to add that you should always watch the original recorded video, which I will always have linked in the description. Unfortunately, because YouTube has some kind of problem with shorts, the links will have to be copy and pasted and cannot be clicked on directly. I have to say, from my experience, it is truly impressive how good speedrunners are at combating glitches, so please watch their stuff. They deserve it. Garish Goblin traverses through a naturally formed cave and uses his Warthog to fling himself to the ledge by exiting the Warthog at just the right time while it is moving sideways, then activating the light bridge, skipping the normally unskippable cutscene because the game considers him in danger, so it doesn't play. On his way down, he kills the Gunner Marine and heads to the Marine holdout sections. Before going to any of them, however, he grabs a sniper rifle from this drop pod that I guarantee most of you did not know was there. Starting with the cliff, Garish Goblin quickly drives to the exit side of the Forerunner structure and walks down to kill the enemies at the bottom of the structure and walks into it, hitting the invisible loading trigger needed to progress. This is because when the Marines are dead, the game counts the objective as complete. This also happens at Rubble. However, you may have noticed that his friendlies haven't turned hostile despite his friendly fire. This is due to a hidden mechanic known as aggression that, once again, I won't be able to get into here, so I highly recommend checking out Wacky's level guide in the description for the details. Garish Goblin ends the level off at the river, where he uses the sniper rifle to kill 7 enemies, and get the rest of the enemies to rush him down, making them easier to kill. And now for the reason why he did the hill last, the one and only dropship in this section. And since the last section must be cleared, Garish Goblin clears the river and doesn't kill any Marines. Once the Covenant is cleared and the Pelican flies down, Garish Goblin blows up his Warthog and gets in the Pelican to beat Halo in 9 minutes 46 seconds. Now Garish, how do you feel about this great accomplishment?
Kilometers upstairs.
I don't know, I've just... Why am I getting such good Halos the last couple days?
Wisely said.